Thrones, like, oh my god, yeah. If you were sitting there doing that shit, you're a moron. You're a complete utter moron. There's no helping you. There's no helping you at this point. You're too far gone. Only a moron could ever like this episode. This episode was one big waste of time. Let's get right into it. It starts off slow. A lot of pointless filler. Boring exposition, dealing with all the aftermath of Daenerys' bitch fit last episode, where she burned the entire city of King's Landing down to the ground. Tyrion and Jon are seeing the destruction firsthand. They even see some burned guy walking through the street, like, he's just burnt, he's fucked up. They're like, how the fuck is this motherfucker still alive? He's just walking like, la-di-da, just walking right past him, makes no sense. Tyrion goes to look for Jaime to see if they got out. Him and Cersei got out alright, only to find him and Cersei did not get out alright. They're fucking dead, and they're under a pile of rubble. Jaime's little fake hand is sticking out like he wants a handshake or something, but he can't get one because he's dead, which leads Tyrion to become even more furious. Like, you burnt my home down, you killed my goddamn family, I'm done. So he turns his back on Daenerys. He removes his Hand of the Queen badge, throws it down the steps for everyone to see, and then Daenerys is furious with him, of course, because she knows that he freed his brother, so she has her soldiers take him away to be executed. When Jon walks in to where Daenerys is, he sees Grey Worm and his men standing in front of some Lannister soldiers about to kill them. They're already defeated, they're already surrendered, and they're going to kill him anyway, due to that being Daenerys' orders. Daenerys wants everyone dead, burn them all, kill them all. And Jon tries to stop Grey Worm. His troops are about to fight Jon's troops, and it's about to be this big thing, and Davos convinces him, nah, let's go to where Daenerys is. So they just kill soldiers that have already given up. It just shows the brutality of Daenerys at this point. And when they both make it there, Tyrion and Jon, as Tyrion is about to be taken away, Jon just stands there like some lost puppy or something. And Tyrion literally looks at Jon like, are you going to do something at this point, motherfucker? You're still going to stay loyal to her after all that you've seen? And Jon is just standing there like, me don't know what's going on. He looks so confused. That's all Jon did throughout this whole season. He was so useless. He just followed Daenerys like some loyal puppy around over and over again. Like, this is our queen. We have to listen to our queen. She's our queen, okay? What she says goes. She is our queen, just like a lost little puppy following its owner, wagging its tail. That's all Jon was this entire season. He didn't do one thing that was like interesting this entire season. What was the point of having him here again? Like, what? Only to kill Daenerys, which we'll get into, we're about to get into, but that was his only point this whole season. He didn't do anything. Literally did nothing. But yeah, him and Tyrion have a conversation where he tells him, she would do anything to keep her power. She believes what she's doing is right, and she won't stop. She was giving a speech to her men saying that they were going to go all over the place, liberating everybody. Everybody that got in their way was going to be destroyed. She was just asserting her dominance at this point. And Jon makes his way to where Daenerys is, walks right past the dragon, who was buried under ash for some reason. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. But he tries to get through to Daenerys one last time. He addresses his disgust with what she's done, tries to convince her to do things the right way. She's not having it. So Jon then stabs Daenerys, killing her pretty much instantly. Very anticlimactic. Very disappointing. This scene was just so poorly done. The acting was cringy. It was very anticlimactic. It didn't provide any sense of closure. As I said previously, in my last video, Daenerys had absolutely no guards around her. She was alone. Why? it was so easy for Jon to make his way to her location and kill her. Like, nobody was around. That's so stupid. Even if you got a dragon outside, you're not going to have at least 1 or 2 guards with you or something. So that didn't make sense. That was stupid. And the dragon comes and, of course, is pissed because Jon killed Mama. So the dragon is just sitting there pissed, but doesn't kill Jon. Instead, it just burns the Iron Throne randomly, takes his, anger out on the chair, and then carries Daenerys away to who the hell knows. She grabs Daenerys and flies away.
That's funny.
It was so stupid. It was so goddamn corny. Like, the scene looked so fake. The CGI was horrible. And very bad graphics. I'm not even sure it was HD at that point. It looked so bad. So yeah, within the first 30 minutes of the episode, the big conflict is over. The final villain is defeated within the first 30 minutes, and the rest of the episode is just boring, pointless dribble that only an idiot would find interesting. Daenerys versus Jon was disappointing as hell, really unsatisfying. You know, she became the Mad Queen one episode, died the next. Horrible ending. The whole Mad Queen storyline was very rushed. It wasn't developed properly at all. This character that had been through so much throughout the whole series meets their demise this way, and it was just the most anticlimactic, disappointing bullshit I've ever seen. It was just, damn, no sense of closure. I don't know how you can consider yourself a Daenerys fan and be happy with what happened to her. You know, it was just, man, was it bad. I couldn't believe that shit. I was like, wow. This writing is just, it's even worse than dog shit at this point. I don't even know what's worse than dog shit, but it was that bad. And here's where things get even worse. So, first, it doesn't even explain how how everyone found out that Daenerys died, because of course the dragon took her away. So I'm guessing Jon told everyone he killed her. You know, we get some random time skip where all the heads of the houses gather to decide what to do with Jon and Tyrion. You know, how to move forward and everything, because of course Grey Worm is pissed. He wants justice for what Jon did, you know, and of course Tyrion too. And they just go back and forth, like, what do we do with Jon? And somebody suggests the wall. Let's send Jon to the wall for punishment. He did kill the queen, of course. We have to send him there. Really? The wall? Send him back to the place he started, even though he's heir to the Iron Throne, even though he was brought back from the dead. All the shit Jon did, for what? To end up right back to the start? What the fuck? What is this shit? What is this shit?
Oh man, that's really funny.
Back to the wall, and it's so stupid because it's
really
like, what
funny.
the fuck are they protecting at this point? The Night King is dead. There's no reason to have a wall in the first place. Tyrion is like, well, bastards and whatever will always need a home, so we need somebody at the wall, and it's just so stupid. Like, wow. I couldn't believe when I was like, huh? Okay? Am I hearing properly? The wall? What? Wow. I was shocked. I was like, I knew this Game of Thrones show was shit, but oh man, that was crazy. And Sansa is, of course, like, I'm sorry, Jon, but this was the only way to keep the peace, you know. So this whole, you know, Jon Snow is the heir to the Iron Throne storyline. What the fuck was it for?
Oh man,
it went nowhere. You thought maybe there was going to be some conflict later. I don't think nobody else even knew that he was heir to the Iron Throne. I think the only people that knew were still, Bran, Arya, Sansa, and then Tyrion. Those are the only people alive that still knew. So it was like, where did this storyline go? What was the point? Whole true heir to the Iron Throne storyline. Oh man, absolutely nowhere. I mean, shit, at this point, it would have been better if Jon had just remained a bastard and worked his way up. What's the whole point of introducing the heir to the Iron Throne storyline and making it seem like it's going to be this big thing when it goes absolutely nowhere? You know, and at the end, you know, Jon's ending, you see him traveling with the wildlings to who knows where. You don't know if he's with the wildlings permanently or just traveling with them temporarily. What a pathetic end to his character. I couldn't believe that shit. I was just like, wow. I was like, unbelievable. Like, these characters are just getting such dumb goddamn endings. And then I think by far the dumbest thing of the episode was Tyrion deciding Bran is the best one for the job of king because they need a king now. And Tyrion decides, hey, why not Bran? Bran is the three-eyed raven now. He has all the memories. Memories are so important. He has all the memories. He's the best one for the job. So, like I said previously, you know, let's make a guy in a wheelchair king. You know, the kingdom can now be on wheels. The kingdom, you know, the king on wheels. Heir to the iron wheelchair.
The king on wheels.
You know? And then
oh, man.
This is what's even more stupid.
That's really funny.
So all this time, Jon didn't even want to become king, right? No, neither did Bran. Bran didn't want to become king. So you don't make Jon king. He didn't want to become king, but then you make Bran king, even though he didn't want to become king either. Because some people will say, well, Jon didn't even want to become king, so what does it matter? Bran didn't want to become king. He still became king. So, and then it kind of contradicts itself too, because Bran was like, why do you think I came all this way? Like, he knew that he was going to become king, or he wanted to become king, but then he said he didn't want to become king. Weird shit. I don't understand it. And the rest of the heads of the houses there agreed with Bran. It was so unrealistic. Like, are you fucking joking? There's no way they would have agreed that Bran becomes the king. No way. Not that easily. That was stupid. You know, Sansa decides that the North is going to stay independent, so it's just 6 kingdoms now that are under under Bran. Basically, he's ruler of the 6 kingdoms instead of 7. And it's like, well, if the North is splitting away, then why the hell didn't the other houses also split away and become independent? Why did they choose to stay? That's not explained. You know, Tyrion is Bran's hand now. You know, Bran commands Tyrion to be his hand. Grey Worm is, of course, upset by this because he wants more justice for Tyrion. And then Bran explains why he chose Tyrion to be his hand. So that's it. That's the episode. It's just the rest is them rebuilding and deciding what to do moving forward. Stupid, man. I mean, this episode was so pointless. So pointless. The endings to these characters, you know, Sansa becomes the Queen of the North. Arya now travels the world. So the Starks all got brought together to separate again. What was the whole point of bringing all of them together like they were going to do some epic shit just to have them split up again? You know, but like I said, Jon's storyline to me was the worst of the worst, because again, why did you introduce this heir to the Iron Throne storyline only for it not to happen? And it's one thing for it not to happen, whatever, but for it not to happen in such a fucking stupid way. Like, at any day, I would have been fine with any other outcome other than Jon going back to the Wall. That was stupid. You don't bring him back and have him go through all this just for him to end up right back to where he started. Tyrion is literally saying, you're the best choice for king, yet he doesn't even become king, and Tyrion is just fine with that decision. He's like, well, you know, hey, shit happens. Weren't you just giving this motherfucker a pep talk talking about he would be the best candidate for king, and now you pick Bran? What the fuck? I don't understand. I don't know what they were thinking with this episode. It was so unsatisfying. It really was. Like, they shitted on these characters, man. They just took the biggest corn-infested dump on these characters. I was like, wow. I couldn't believe. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, that's my amazing review on this. This episode really wasn't even worth reviewing because, again, nothing happened. Daenerys dies and Bran becomes king of the 6 kingdoms. That's literally all that happens this episode. All the rest of the stuff was just stupid. Made no sense. All of it was stupid, actually, but it was just... wow. I had nothing left to say. One of the worst episodes of all time. It was just that garbage. Unbelievable.